stars out of sight, yeah. Says she loves me, yes, yes she does. They're gonna show me tonight, yeah. Said she got the way to move me, Jerry. She got the way to groove me. She got the way to move me, Jerry, baby, way to move me. Alright. Tell your mama, girl, I can't stay long. We got things we gotta catch up on. You know what I'm saying. Can't stand still while the music is playing. Alright. Hey, how you doing? Justin here today. We are checking out Cherry Cherry by Neil Diamond. Really good fun song, this one, on acoustic guitar. Got some really interesting stuff going on with the rhythm as well. We've got one chord that's pushed. That means it's played just a little bit early. We've got a lot of accenting to do as we're strumming, which really makes this kind of riff pretty unique, because it's only using D, C and G chords. So it's only pretty basic chords, but getting that accenting right and getting the rhythm sounding good could be a little bit tricky. It's definitely difficult to keep the accenting going while you're singing as well. At least I found it kind of difficult to get it together. But anyway, let's start off by looking at a real simple version. So the chord sequence for all of the song except for the bridge is going D, G, C, and back to G. Okay? D, G, C, G. And you might want to start with Baby loves me, yeah, yes she does, just to make sure that you can get those chord changes okay. But there's a little trick here that I'm going to share with you that may help you get those kind of, the chord changes are pretty fast in this, so it's worth figuring out a way to do it that makes it a little easier. So if we start with a regular D chord, instead of going to the regular way of playing a G chord, what I'd recommend is that you use your third and fourth fingers only. So third finger goes down the third fret of the thicker string, lays over slightly flat to mute the fifth string. Then we've got the three open strings and little finger going down the third fret of the thinner string. Still sounds just like the G. We've just left out the note that was on the fifth string. Actually, I think it makes it sound better. And you can see there that first and second fingers are more or less in the right place to play the C chord anyway, so it's pretty easy. Move the third finger over, little finger comes off, first and second finger goes down, and you've got the C chord. This is a really great way whenever you've got a fast G to a C chord. You can get that change pretty nice if you do it that way. A little bit of practice, of course. But that makes for this tune, D, G, C, G. It makes it a lot easier doing it that fingering rather than the traditional G chord. So the first thing you want to do is just make sure you've got that real basic strumming, the 4 down strums. As soon as you've got that, you want to start playing 8th notes. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 make sure you can do that. And then we're going to push the G. Okay, so the last G, so it's going D, G, C, and then this last G in that sequence is moved forward 1 strum. So it's actually happening on the up strum. So we'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 okay, so that's the next thing to get together, is making sure that you can do the move the G forward 1 strum. Okay, now let's talk about the accent. So that's also a pretty important part of the tune, particularly the very first little bit. So the accents on the D chord happen on the and 2. So we have 1 and 2. The first one is very light. Sometimes I even do a little mute there on beat 1, but it should just be a light strum, and then and are a lot louder. They're accented. So 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. So we've got an accent on 4 and on the G chord there as well, the pushed G chord. So really slowly again. 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. You can see adding those accents in makes it recognizable straight away. It's really clever little part, that, and good practice to be able to get the accents in when you want. Again, the trick is just doing that sort of stuff really slowly. So you want to just sit down, make sure you're keeping your hand moving all the time. This hand, the strumming hand, shouldn't be doing anything weird. It's just moving the same all of the way through. So there were a few variations as well on the original one, so I don't know if he was trying to stick to the right one or whether it was deliberate, I don't know, but it definitely doesn't matter if you kind of lose some of the accents, especially if you're playing and singing at the same time. You're probably going to find some of the accents wander a little bit, and that's fine. Really, you just want to make sure, especially when you're not singing, that you get that 1 and 2, 3, 4, 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2. Because that's the thing that really kind of makes it recognizable. So it's that way of using the same chord sequence there for the intro, the verses and the choruses. We've just got the bridge to look at. Now there's a little kind of a link thing. There's okay, which is 3rd fret on the thicker string. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and, which is 2nd fret, 3rd fret, 5th fret on the 5th string. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Okay, so a few more hits on the 5th fret and then down to the 3rd fret, still on the 5th string. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Okay, that's a nice little riff there. You could be playing that and singing it at the same time. Might make it sound a little bit different and open the song out a bit. Just so you want to be wary of doing like the same strumming all of the way through a song, because it does get a little bit boring for listeners sometimes if you do that. So you might want to play the riff. If you want to play the strumming for that, you want to maybe muten it down a little bit with this part of your hand just resting. And the chord sequence has changed now to G, C, D, C, G, C, D, and this time it's the D that's pushed, okay? It's pushed, meaning that it's brought forward by one strum or an 8th note. So, excuse me, it would be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So the change for the D is happening on the up strum. Again, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Tell your mama, girl, I can't stay long. Okay, so that would be what you'd play for the bridge. You could either play that riff or you could do that other strumming pattern. It would be up to you. Main thing again really is, for this tune, it's all about nailing that first strumming pattern, because that's the really recognizable bit that if you're playing along and there are people that know this song at a party, they'll definitely be kicking to sing it along. You know, it's got such a great vibe and a real party tune. So although I must admit I didn't really like this song much when I used to play it in covers bands as a teenager, and I was into Metallica, and playing Neil Diamond was just like the worst thing anyone could ever make me do. But it was a paying gig, you know. And years later, actually, I can appreciate good things about the song, you know, and maybe you're in that same bag as well. Have fun playing this tune, and I'll see you for plenty more lessons very soon. You take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.